a darker song.
It is. I was just trying to make a dark, proggy metal type of song, but with an old school punk rock feel.
That to me is kind of like the Lagwagon sound.
It is, yeah.
Welcome back to Low End University. We're here again with my pal, Lil Joe Raposo, who came over to play. And he's actually going to show me a track today that I've not heard, of course. It's the only track I will have heard from 2019's Railer, which is the most recent Lagwagon album. It's Surviving California, and this track gets requested very, very, very often. Very often on Patreon. I'm so familiar with the name of the track. I see it all the time. And he picked it, so it must be the one to do. Joe, what can you tell us about the song and the album? And
yeah, so I wrote this song actually at work when I used to work for Zynga. And we were writing songs for Railer. We kind of needed some more material. And I was just kind of like, let me give it a shot. So I actually wrote it at lunchtime on a backpacker guitar. You know, one of those Fernandez guitars that have a speaker in it?
no.
You've never seen them before?
I don't think so.
It looks like a little like giraffe or elephant or something. It has a drum machine in it and effects, onboard effects, and a speaker. So you can
Bands
just,
in a box.
yeah, basically. And I went in the car and I just started riffing, and that's how this song came about.
Surviving California, like, is what is there to that lyrically? Is there a message there going into it?
It means exactly what it says.
Yeah.
It's like California, you cannot survive it. I mean, or live there or afford to live there. Even if you make, $200,000 a year in the tech world or whatever you're doing, right? It still takes two people making that in order to buy a house and survive.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like wildfires.
Yeah.
And things like that.
That's kind of what I was thinking a bit.
Yeah.
Just reading the title.
It's all of it.
Yeah.
California is a beautiful place to live, but it's also a dangerous place to live.
Yeah.
And it's unaffordable,
Mm-hmm.
And so the song's about that and everything that comes with it.
Yeah. So musically, why did you pick this song?
Well, because I wrote it. No.
Off we go.
I mean, it's like how I write. It's melodic, but it's also technical.
Yeah.
And it has cool bass parts and just parts in general. So I thought it'd be perfect for this channel. And people like it as far as like a more technical Lagwagon song.
Yeah. Without further ado, here is Surviving California from Lagwagon. Kind of proggy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Skid Row, marginal, some will call it home. Emptied for the outwalk while the mission's closed. Above 10 cities.
Vocals harmonized with the guitars.
But these can't displace humanity. As we diversify, we spill from cities.
Kind of a darker song.
It is.
Like, lyrics, like we were saying, is kind of whatever, but going into that, it kind of matches that. Like, what's the attitude about it? Like, just kind of like hopelessness, if you will. I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to matching like what you were saying about Surviving California to like this darker tinge of the music I'm hearing.
Well, the funny thing is that I wrote the music. We went and recorded the music, and we didn't even hear hear the vocals. And I think Joey kind of caught that vibe from the music and then wrote upon it. I was just trying to make like a dark, proggy, like metal type of song, but with like an old school punk rock feel, because this reminds me of kind of like old Adolescence or something. You know what I mean? It's like an old school type of California punk song,
I like how the riff starts off so like, it's got the guitar chords ringing out. Good. But that main riff locks in so tight. I'm not even plugged in. No, I am plugged in. I'm just, there you go. So it's got that tonality of like, that kind of thing. Yeah. What's that the first riff? I'm going to go back to hear it, but. Yeah, that major 5 gives it that kind of a classic metal thing to it as well.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah. I've not listened to the Adolescents, so I gotta.
Oh, you
do they
gotta
sound
listen.
like this?
Are you kidding me? Steve Soto?
I get recommended. I know that name just from like seeing comments.
Yeah.
Are they an older band, newer band?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, the Adolescents were one of the first 2 punk bands that I have ever heard. My skateboard friend, Tyler, made me a mixtape. And he's like, oh, you've never heard punk before? One side was the Sex Pistols. One side was the Adolescents. And I was just like, that was it for me. But definitely the Adolescents. It was like, this shit rips. And then I learned of Steve Soto, and he's one of my favorite bass players of all time. He was a great dude. He passed away, but he is a legend. He's influenced so many people.
I got to bump this up on the list. There's so many names that he could say that I would hear and go, oh, I've seen it in the comment, but that's just the problem I'm running into. Let's go back to the beginning. I love this opening riff.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Those guitar parts. This little thing. Sick. And they get so simple here, it locks in. So it's kind of circling. Basically like that, which is kind of a pull from that same riff. Go back into that. Okay, I'm going to ask you this because you wrote the song. It's like an iteration of what happened earlier. Now it's all chordal. It's opened up.
It's opened up. Same melody, but it's just harder.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it's filled up the space.
Yeah.
Now.
Is the bass line different between those two? Because I was actually trying to listen for how that adolescence section, we're going to call it now, how that came in.
Only in one part.
Okay.
And when you hear a little bit more of the second verse, you'll hear when that bass part starts coming in.
Cool. I'm going to go back and roll into that. I loved this riff being like a transition riff almost now. Is cool. Guitars going opposite ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
It's more kick heavy too.
There he goes. Bass still going underneath the solo.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's kind of what we were talking about in last week's, if I release these in the right order. Bubbling the bass line underneath something when everything else is still busy and just kind of knowing when to pull back. And kind of my second question on top of that is, you were still putting a lot of energy in the bass line under a solo. So like what's your approach to a bass line under a solo? Because as I talked about in other videos, sometimes the bass player can like augment the guitar part and make the solo like have even more energy than it normally would. Other times you kind of need to pull back and let them have their space. What's your school of thought on that?
For this one in particular, I wanted to keep it as solid as possible, but just still add a little something interesting, you know, because we recorded drums and then we recorded bass, and I didn't get to hear the solos. Now, if I recorded bass after I heard the solo, kind of like after you hear the vocals, I would totally accentuate and build underneath what that guitar player would be doing, and only add little accents of what he was doing with the bass to make it a little more interesting. I would keep it solid, then come in on the cool parts and match it. Or do something that was complementary. Right. And that's how I would approach it if I heard the solos, but for this song, I didn't even hear them. So it was just kind of like just making it interesting. That's all.
It kind of sounded like this, like if we go back to this bass part here. No, I'm big slide off.
Yeah, there's no slide off. I think I do it live anyway. So,
because you could have easily just went. I want to go into that section. Hang on. Bigger, more rockin' part.
So this part right here.
Catching the fits?
So it's a...
So it's like fizz. And how are you, what's like the picking there, slowing that down? Are you leading with an upstroke? Oh, upstroke on the top. So, side note, I've talked in other videos about when I have to pick something fast, I have to start on upstrokes. I just can't, I can't go. It's weird, I have to go. So I find it strange that you're doing kind of an upstroke on that top note, which wouldn't be natural for me. I would go. So you're going.
Well, you could go up, or you can go down. Sometimes I double pick it like this. And those are downstrokes.
But I think, are you grabbing that top note as an upstroke?
No, that downstroke.
Watching the picking patterns, as I said in like a recent Matt Freeman video, is strange to me because the technique seems so like effortless to you guys.
I think it's just years of doing it.
I know.
Whatever comes natural.
It doesn't come natural to me. That's like the strangest thing about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, so there's like Fat Mike picking on stuff, and he does the upstrokes.
It's a weird circular pattern. It's a triplet.
It seems like you do too.
It resonated
right?
with me. Getting that fast, aggressive, like punk bass picking thing on 16ths. I can never get it to sound right. But I'm just pointing out how cool it sounds, like the heavy-handedness behind that riff, because it sounds so nice. Dude, you have this. So it just sounds sick, is what I'm saying.
Well, thanks. But yeah, like the upstroke picking thing is hard for me to do.
Yeah.
And I had to fill in for Scott Shiflett. and Face to Face one time and learn his songs. And he does a lot of that too, like Fat Mike. And for me to get it, it was really, really hard. It took a lot of practice because I'm used to doing the downstrokes.
Yeah.
You know, like with the... But if those guys go...
Oh, like a economy picking it almost.
Yeah, economy picking.
Yeah.
It's just a weird, different style. So you got to get used to it. For me, downstroke and that, it feels more comfortable.
Right. I'm curious to know if that bass part's similar to the one we showed up on, because the one we're talking about now I completely missed. So let me roll forward into that. It's slide. That kind of stuff is like, to me, like the hallmark of your playing, because it's just, I feel like the notes you play are so punchy. Are you picking as hard as it sounds like to me?
A little bit, yeah.
What's the mechanics of this? Because I just, even when we're playing the same part and like we both have bomber basses, it just, you have an identity to the way you pick.
It also is the gauge of my pick too as well. What do you use?
I'm using a thinner pick, and I obviously know that would change it a bit, but I also feel like the string doesn't stop me. What are you using?
88.
88?
But I use a Dunlop nylon 88, which is an 88, but if you use a Tortex 88, it's even harder, but a nylon gives a little bit more. So it's in between a 73 and an 88 feel. If you have a thinner pick, I think it's a little bit harder to dig in that much. So I think the pick has something to do with it. Yeah, go ahead.
Just see the difference, like back, it's got the 50-year.
They don't make those anymore, and I've been holding on to them. They're my favorite pick of all time.
Do you have a bag?
I do. See, it already changed your sound. But it might be a little bit harder to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to force it. It's a mixture of the pick and the force that you use. Fat Mike uses really thin picks. So does Scott Shiflett too. That's why they're able to get the
yeah.
And it sounds very clean. But I'm so used to 88s. I'll do 73s when I'm in the studio. I'll actually use heavier gauge strings and lighter picks to have a cleaner sound.
Really?
In a more clinical setting, yeah.
Okay.
I'll go heavy on the tops, like really heavy. But it's just a mixture of a whole bunch of different things to get the sound you want. For this particular thing, I just use my 88 and I dig a little bit more.
Heck yeah. Good to know. I've never used a nylon pick. It's always been the Tortex. Let's roll into that. Seemed like the bass part calmed down for a second. It just went.
Yeah, it did.
Before the guitar solo. So was that like an intentional thing?
It was, because that riff comes afterwards.
Yeah. All right.
When I play that part live, like Dave does a lot of rolls live, like more so than on the record. So I'll match each one of his rolls. So when we go into the second chorus, so let's see. Like little things like that.
Just augmenting the part a bit.
Right. And play it a little bit more. I mean, live you can get away with
exactly.
it. Yeah.
It's weird to go back to the studio recordings and just be like, why didn't I do this that I do now and have been doing? So let's go through the solo and a little bit after it. Super tasteful guitar solo. I love the guitar work in Lagwagon. I said that the first time I heard him.
I did that on purpose, actually. I wanted to give, because Chris and Chris are so good at solos and shit. They love to play them. I was like, well, since I wrote the music for this song, I'm gonna give them both a solo in it.
Hell yeah. See, bass, chill that for a second. Switch off? Yeah.
Yeah. So the first was Chris Rest, and this is Chris Flippin playing this one. A mean wah. It's kind of a nasty tone. It's cool.
California.
That was kind of like the first time I've really heard that. Has he said it yet? I'm not listening to the lyrics too much, but
Surviving California? No, that's the only time he says it in the song.
That's it. One thing I think what I love about Joey's voice, and like I can tell this might be like more modern than some of the stuff I've heard. I've said this on the albums I've reviewed of the band, but his voice has this like very soft, mellow kind of punch to it. I don't know. It's not like shrill or gritty. It's almost like the timbre of his voice. And there's something that works so well about it atop these like really dense riffs with harmonies and like the dual guitar work. I mean, is that what you consider the Lagwagon sound, if I had to summarize it? Because this is really the most recent record, which is kind of like your most recent statement. That's been my observation as like a new fan.
I would say yes. Our music has kind of changed a little bit. I'm writing a little bit more, but you know, the band and the lineup now, it's kind of changed a little bit. That's part of the sound. I mean, old and new, it's kind of a nod to old and creating new stuff too.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is part of the Lag sound.
Yes, the first song I heard, if you're just now seeing this, was Give It Back, and the riffing, guitar playing was just nuts. Right here. And I think what's changed is like, I think when I finally heard Obsolete Absolute, that's a drinking game on Patreon, if I can say that fucking song title without screwing it up.
Oh, we call it Ob-Ab just to make it easier.
That's hard to say.
Ob-Ab, yeah.
Ob-Ab?
Ob-Ab.
Ob-Ab. I'm going to say that now. That song, I'm just going to say that song. When it kicked in, I was like, this sounds like a such sophisticated modern version of like Lagwagon sound I first heard. Joey's voice, the way it's evolved from like Trashed, which is the first record I heard. Ooh. Oh, that's a white hot riff there. It allows the band to have so much going on and just like still make it kind of pretty sounding and melodic. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but and I'm speaking on this because this song has had those sections where it's been single vocal, single riff, like the Adolescence riff from earlier. So just to like kind of show you what I'm talking about. Right there, this transition here. Single, simple, singular riff, no harmony. Then the second time, yeah. That sounds so epic. Like that was one of the first things that grabbed me about the song. Yeah. So that to me is kind of like the Lagwagon sound.
And it is, yeah.
Maybe back in the guitar solo. Are you doing something under here?
Just kind of like just walking and having fun with it and like moving around to make it interesting underneath without taking too much from the, you know, root notes for the foundation of the solo to live. Yeah. And then I play over this part like just all over the place. I don't know why I did that, but it just kind of worked.
In California.
These riffs are just infectious to me. Okay, it's been great to have Joe show me something from the most modern Lagwagon album. That'll be the first song I've heard from Railer. I keep thinking he's played on earlier albums than he has, and it's just dawned on me that I've not heard a full record from his era. That would be Hang 2014, and Railer's 2019. But this is a case where I've heard some of the earlier albums, where with bands like No Effects, I've heard more modern stuff and I'm going backwards. So I think his contribution to the band is sounding immense from the bass department. Again, the first song being Ob Ab.
Yep.
Ob Ab.
That's good.
I'm just going to stick with that from now on.
Yeah.
It's crazy to hear last week a song from the early 90s and a song from 2019. And I just think like, as I predicted very early on, Joe's DNA is very recognizable in finding any opportunity to like drive the energy forward at the end of a phrase, but not just like a bass fill, like it's the whole damn line half the time.
Surviving California.
Are you guys working on new stuff? This is 2019. You writing anything? You wrote this song, you writing more songs?
Yes and no.
Yes and no?
We have some stuff in the bag and we just have to find time to write at this point. But yes, we are definitely interested in writing a new record. So
really quickly, what are your favorite songs to play from the two albums you played on?
I really love playing this song.
This song?
Yeah. I really do. Ob Ab is fun too, as well.
Is that in the set list often?
No, but we did play it a couple of weeks ago in San Francisco at the Fillmore.
Okay.
It's a really long song, and it's pretty like brutal live, you know. So it has those fast parts, and it goes for like about like maybe a little over 5 minutes. Oh, Bubble is fun too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Bubble is fun as well.
Yeah. I'm kind of envious to be like a player like Joe, because what I'm hearing when I hear these lines is that like you can play it note for note like the record live and it's still going to have this like badass spastic energy, but like you could do more of that live and it sound completely natural. Like I think that's what I'm kind of picking up on the RKL song, this song.
Yeah.
Because he's told me I play this part a little more involved live, but I think to the average listener it would still sound completely like the record, because that's kind of what at least I'm used to hearing from you from now, which I really love about your playing. So did you typically make a lot of changes live? Like, would this be one of them, as we were saying?
Yeah.
Just embellishing
certain things and making it more fun for me.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
You got to spice it up and have fun. And then you're caught up in the energy of it and stuff. And if you could do it, I think you should just flaunt it.
So the things you add on, are those things different night to night? Or do you kind of find something and for a whole tour, you're like, I got to keep working that lick out because it sounds
well,
badass.
There's certain things where you have to hold the line. Right. And then you have little liberty to do something different. And there's other things where you just kind of just go for it. And I'm a very improv player lots of times. And when I go for riffs and stuff like that, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just like going for it and seeing if it, like, you know, the spaghetti sticks on the walls.
Kind of matching the energy of the show that night. It's
exactly.
Yeah. Joe, thanks for showing me Surviving California, which is
you got it.
Was said once in the song at the end. That's kind of like the chorus to me. It's literally about surviving California, and it's such a treat to be able to be here in person, to see, get into his head a bit on some of these lines, and to hear them played so fucking awesome. Damn, just the picking technique, everything is killing me to see in person.
And what about these bomber basses?
What about these bomber basses? We got two orange ones, even though they look so different. It almost looks kind of like red, and mine looks more yellow.
Yeah, but this one's very orange. I mean,
this one kind of is too. This is like, I call this like the creamsicle bass.
It does look like a orange sickle.
Yeah. It sounds sick. Make sure to go follow Bomber Basses on Instagram. The handle is just Bomber Basses, and you can find more information there about placing an order, getting more information on what they're about. Stay tuned on the channel. There will be a full breakdown of their basses, their story, how they got started, what's next for them, and everything you need to know about Bomber Basses in general. But for now, please subscribe to the channel. Come support the channel on Patreon. And love you all. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.